To the Federal Aviation Administration and the Federal Communications Commission, guardians of invisible fences, makers of lines in the sky, keepers of frequencies, hear me. I speak not with anger, but with air under my wings. I speak with the hum of motors, the whine of propellers, the pulse of 1,000 pilots who have felt what it means to be free. I want to tell you something simple and eternal. You will never stop us from flying. You can draft your rules, stamp your paperwork, trace your maps with digital fences and virtual cages. You can weigh our wings with regulations, chain our joy to registration numbers and transponder IDs, but you cannot legislate the sky. You cannot stop a heartbeat tuned to the sound of flight. FPV is not just a hobby. It is communion. It is art, rebellion, science, and spirit bound in carbon and code. When I lift off, I am not controlling the machine. I am becoming something greater than my body allows. Every pilot knows it. The moment the goggles drop, the world dissolves and you are no longer standing on dirt and gravity. You are everywhere. We are dreamers with soldering irons, engineers of the impossible. We take what is broken, old parts, scrap electronics, bits of wire and wheel, and give them the gift of flight. You, the regulators, will never understand that. You measure risk, we measure wonder. You see violation, we see creation. You see a drone, we see freedom. You talk of national airspace, you call it controlled. But how do you control the wind? How do you control the space between trees, the alley behind the warehouse, the sunlit ripple over an empty field? Our airspace isn't yours. It's the forgotten, unclaimed air that no commercial pilot sees. We fly where manned aircraft cannot and will not go. We race under bridges, skim rivers, dive towers, trace light through the forest. We dance in air you've never even noticed. And yet you claim ownership of the sky as if it were property, as if you can be parceled and policed. You want remote ID, constant surveillance, the digital leash on every pilot, every craft. You want to replace trust and tracking. You want to make our wings beep their names to every tower and phone. But freedom does not ping its location. Freedom does not ask permission. You call it safety, we call it control. You call it compliance, we call it fear. And you cannot make us afraid. Because we were here before your databases, before your broadcast modules and your endless PDFs. We were the ones soldering in garages, wiring open source firmware by flashlight, flying through abandoned factories when no one cared what we did. We taught ourselves the physics of the sky. We tuned PIDs like poetry. We built this culture from scratch, and it belongs to no one but those who dare to fly. We're not reckless. We know respect for people, for property, for laws of physics, but we will not bow to systems built to crush the very essence of discovery. You treat us as if we are threats to national order. We're not threats. We are test pilots of the future. We are living the frontier of human curiosity. You think we are small. You think we are disorganized. You think you can track us, find us, ground us, but you cannot understand what the community means to us. We're everywhere, from city alleys to mountain ridges, from frozen lakes to desert storms. We speak in the universal language of signal and speed. We share our knowledge freely because no one can own the sky. Every firmware release, every open source protocol, every shared tune is an act of quiet rebellion against your bureaucracy. We know what's coming. We've seen it before. You will tighten the rules and we will find a way around them. You will mandate transponders and we will build smaller, faster, freer machines. You will block our bands. We will whisper through the static because innovation always outpaces authority. You cannot outregulate imagination. You cannot out-legislate curiosity. We're the engineers of freedom. Every time you draw a line, we draw a circuit that crosses it. Every time you raise a wall, we build something that flies over it. Not out of malice, but because that is what it means to be human, to explore, to reach, to fly. The truth you fear most is this: you can never stop all of us. You can ground a pilot, seize a drone, block a signal, find a name, but there will always be another pilot charging batteries in a basement somewhere, dreaming of a flight not yet flown. Another kid with a hand-me-down controller and the wild idea that he can see the world from the clouds. You can't stop that. You can't regulate that out of existence because the spark of flight lives everywhere in everyone who's ever looked up. When you write your rules, remember this: the Wright brothers flew illegally too. So did every innovator who dared to lift humanity off the ground. They were told no. They were told it was unsafe, unapproved, untested, but they did it anyway because the sky does not belong to those who say no. It belongs to those who dare. You call us unmanned, but we're anything but. We're deeply human, wired with emotion, vision, courage, and the hunger for motion. Every FPV flight is a human act, as raw and pure as a heartbeat. You call our drones remotely operated vehicles. We call them extensions of our souls. When I fly, I am not piloting a machine, I am inside it. I feel every tilt and yaw as my own. Every crash breaks something in me, and every successful dive reminds me why I was born. Tell me, FAA, where in your rulebook does the soul fit? Where, FCC, is the frequency of freedom measured? What channel carries the transmission of wonder? You don't know because you can't quantify what we feel. You can only measure what you can see, but we see what you can't. We see the world from above, without borders, without bias, without fear. That vision is priceless, and you can't ban it. We don't hate you. We know you believe in safety and order and protection, but your fear blinds you. You think control will keep the sky safe. It won't. It will only make it smaller. Instead of trying to cage us, listen to us. We are the ones who know how to fly in this new age. We learn through trial and error, through crashes, rebuilds, through endless nights of tuning. We know what real safety means, not the kind written in handbooks, but the kind that comes from respect, practice, and passion. You could work with us. You could learn from us. You could build a future where innovation and safety coexist. But if you choose, instead to fight us, to ground us, to ban us, to track us, then you will only push us deeper into the shadows, and there we will still fly. Because we don't fly for permission. We fly for purpose. Every generation has its outlaws of innovation, those who broke the rules not out of greed, but because the rules were too small for their dreams. We are those people now. We are the FPV pilots, the sky's last free spirits. You can find us, you can lecture us, you can paint us reckless or rebellious, but you will never silence the sound of motors spooling up at dawn. You will never stop the signal that leaps from goggles to airframe, from heart to sky. We are the hum of voltage and vision, the descendants of Da Vinci's sketches and the Wright's wings. We are what comes after fear. And when your systems crash, when your bureaucracy forgets what the sky once meant, you'll hear it, the faint whine of a quad somewhere in the distance, dancing between the towers, carving through the wind, alive and unstoppable. That sound will be us, still flying, still free, because you can write laws on paper. We write our rebellion in the sky. Paper burns, the sky endures, and we will never stop flying.